Hey, I got an ancient. This is nice. How's this? Sold off. This healing effect, attack bonus, defense, crit, HP. Okay, and you're reaching 30. Do I have any? I think, yeah, that's the number. So it's too short. Let's go. Yeah, let's see. What's the roll? Crit rate is a little on the lower side. I would have liked it a little higher, but okay. Let's get 2 of these. Scarlet Hunt. It's conditional. Tome of Horror. Again, conditional. I don't like these conditional ones. But okay. RGN shows I don't have a choice. In the events, I can see that Friday is showing. What is this? Mead Flow Fest. Okay. Yeah, there are quite a few fests that have been announced, and the end portion of the shard summoning is also arriving, so collect all those more shards and pull more. Friday can be seen, so there's a little bit of a sneak peek. So the usual crazy 2x drop rates invocation, crazy 2x divines, and then this that has been announced in that picture earlier is going to be basically all our good heroes. So this is Mari. Wow. Actually, all 5 of them are very useful heroes available on a 15x. I would say this is a really good one. So there is a special divine summon, 15x. And there is invocation, that is a rare crystal. You can acquire again 15x. So really good heroes, all of them. Mari, useful. You will get her. This is a good opportunity to actually awaken 5 for the epics. She was, I think, the second last epic to arrive for me. Philippa arrived recently, and it was hollow before that. Shocking. Then I used my epic soul stones to awaken her to awaken 5 because it was important. And then she has been dropping like a rain. So had I just held those epic soul stones for 2 weeks, I would have completed her A5. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, she's available on a 15x banner, which means everybody in the game can actually get her. That's that. Livian, of course, is useful as a defender, and Mari is a top-notch mage, magic damager, and control debuff. Really amazing. And the important thing is her awaken 5. You take her to A5 and she can be used practically anywhere in the game. I would say most parts of the game. So that's that. Of course, Hollow I skipped. Heal and Rage Restoration. So that comes in really handy in all parts of the gameplay. Where you want to speed things up and cause impacts. That's that. And of course, she heals. in all different parts. So there's always a competition between Vortex, where to use Vortex, where there's heavy amount of damage and craziness. Vortex ensures that shield. So many times it's Hollow and Vortex working in tandem. Otherwise, Hollow comes into play everywhere. And if there is cleanse required or debuff, that's when other heroes are brought in. Otherwise, Hollow is practically a standard everywhere. You can see it in Gear Raid. Gear Raid 2, it's Vortex because there is that golem shaking earth. But otherwise, when you look at Gear Raid 1 and 3, it's Hollow all the way. So that also shows how important a healer and a hero Hollow is. Of course, if you want to know more, go to the review, and this says it all. She's practically 5 all over. Livian, high rank for an epic in some of the tough parts, which is Void Rift, Faction Trials, AMR, Gear Dungeon 2, Titanic Ruins. These are all high ones and tough spots. So that's that. One of my Guild War videos you would have seen that she basically held and messed me up. This again, when you look at it, Mari, Void Rift, Faction Trials, Guild War, Titanic Ruins, Arena, AoE, DPS, and Tide. Gear Raid 1, sorry, Gear Dungeon 1. I have used her in Gear Dungeon 1 for 3 and 4, so really amazing. So that's her. NyX obviously is a good hero, overshadowed by new arrivals, but still she is rated pretty high in terms of being a marksman and a piercer. Multi-target is where her specialty lies, so she covers one portion of dealing with multiple enemies. Gear Dungeon, not Gear Dungeon, Gear Raid 3, if I remember, or Gear Raid 1. I always jumble up between the two of them. It's Gear Raid 3. So she covers one part because of her being multi-target attacker. Obviously, cost is on a higher side, but when you look at her awakens, duration, Awaken 1 is pretty good. Standard, okay, that's pretty useful. And then here is where it becomes extremely powerful. So 1, 3, and 5. Yeah, I already showed this. Gear Dungeon 2, she is amazing. But when you look at the other part, Faction Trials, Tides, AoE DPS, Anti-Air DPS, Void Drift, really, Immortal Codex, all of them, she has been given Immortal Codex in the Pelagius watery play. She covers one portion really well. So that's it, and plus in other areas also, but that's the big one because it's primarily owned by marksmen. So that's her. I'm not going into reading this because this is quite standard and there's enough stuff people have made. But I'm just having a quick word about these heroes. Coming down to Helga. So Helga was assembled, if I remember well. Yeah, she was assembled. Yeah, because there's always this confusion between fusion and assembly. So Helga was assembled, and this is a great opportunity to do the awakenings. Though a lot of shards are sitting, so if some shards are made available, that'll be helpful to complete the Awaken 1 part instead of just pulling her, because there's no point in shards being useless for players sitting with a good number. So yeah, that's her Awaken 1. Increase damage dealt to the same target by 1% with each consecutive hit with a maximum increase of 15%. This effect will reset when switching targets, of course. 15% crit addition. When dealing damage, there is a 20% chance to inflict magic resistance reduction on target. That's a good one to have. rage region plus the standard. During the ultimate, attack interval reduces by 20%. So I would say decent awakenings. The first one is useful, so get that. In terms of what she does, multi-strike. Of course, she's a ground hero, so multi-strike attack, burst damage, control, all three very useful in different parts of the game. You can see Titanic Ruins, Immortal Codex, Gear Dungeon 1 and 2, top-notch rating from a good number of players. Faction Trial, AMR, again, very useful. I don't know why. I should do my AMR again. No, but Waldi has finished it, so yeah. Then so that's that. XP gold is fine. Void Rift, she is useful. So in some of the tough areas of the game, she is really good. Wide range, which really helps. And as you can see, in terms of her ultimate, she covers a very, 4 tiles by 3 area, which gets expanded, and then that is huge. So that part usually gets missed out unless one actually goes and checks. So whichever hero you have and want to understand more, please go and check the ultimate part, where you'll see the actual range of the hero. And that helps in 2 ways. One, it very clearly enables you to place the hero at an appropriate spot instead of being worried whether the hero will cover certain parts. And that is something that I learned. And I'll be using it now in Titanic Ruins, where I don't need to put my cleansing this chick for Samra 2, Eloin at a particular spot. I would rather use the central spot that I use for Eloin. I give it to actually my Invic chick, Dolores. So she covers much wider, and that should help in increasing the damage using the inspiration buff. And Eloin, when she fires her ultimate, her range expands by 1. Show you. So that's where this is important. So please go and check the heroes and their. Okay, my screen has frozen. I don't know why. So let's go and see Eloin. That's what I'm talking about. Her normal, this is her range, regular range. But when she fires her ultimate, her range adds 3 tiles on both the sides. And hence, I can place her in a different spot. And that gives me that flexibility, because her ultimate is more important than what she's doing outside of it. So knowing your hero's range is extremely important. And the way to know about it is through the ultimate. Of course, ultimate is the main weapon, or the main special of the hero, main benefit that the hero brings apart from other things. So and everything else goes and adds on to the ultimate. So understanding the ultimate is important, and I'm going to read the ultimate of all the 5 and push off from this with a thought as to what will I do. Okay, so Helga's ultimate is obviously manual ultimate, 7 seconds, which the effect duration can increase by 3 seconds more, so it will become 10. Rapidly strikes the target. If it's a short term, which means it's going to be a burst damage, it's written over there. Rapidly strikes a target with highest HP in range, dealing 20% damage 4 times every X seconds. X is equal to 30% of the attack interval, which becomes shorter as the hero's attack speed increases. This is like an atomic blast or a machine gun fire or a machine gun fire using missiles. It's like hard. And everything else, when you look at it, goes and adds on to the ultimate. So crit percentage increase and so on and so forth. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Her ultimate is Spinning Fire Blades, which is after attacking an enemy, deals AoE damage equal to 60% of the attack 3 times for 20 seconds. Now, this 20 seconds can be increased to 30 by level 3 and level 5 as you climb up, as you're skilling up. So that's that. Now, when you look at it, this adds on to it, adds on to it, adds on to it. So there's the support aspect to all these other parts. Mari, what's her ultimate? Her ultimate is, obviously here they don't show, but it's a circular one. So when she fires the ultimate, there's a circle drawn and everything within that circle, as you can see. Otherwise, her normal range is this. She is a tile up in the center and it's 4x3, but the ultimate is a circular one where the impact is created. What does it do? Casts a blizzard on enemies for 5 seconds. It's originally 2.5 seconds and you can have an addition of 1 second. So it moves to 3.5. So that's the normal. Cast a blizzard on enemies for 5 seconds, dealing AoE damage equal to 70% of attack per second to all enemies in range and inflicting them with freeze. What is freeze? Frozen, unable to take action. Basically, they are frozen. And you can actually see that's what makes her extremely powerful. The support comes from these two. Inflicts slow movement speed goes to minus 75%. So whatever is the movement speed, it's reduced and it's for 1.5 seconds. And then you look at these icicle. And then there's a whole host of things that it do. It gives vulnerability to physical damage, vulnerability to magic damage, and slow. The other amazing part is the awakenings. Blizzard duration is increased at A3 by 1 second. Redeployment time is reduced by minus 10 seconds. And of course, in A5, everything comes to the party. Freeze is increased by 1 second in all these fellows. So come to think of it, Mari, super. Now let's look at Livian. So what's her ultimate? This is her ultimate. Receives the blessing of the elf deity, gaining an additional 20% physical damage reduction. That is cool. Permanently. Meanwhile, shield bounce. Throws a shield that bounces to another enemy in range upon hitting the target. The shield can bounce up to 3 times and will not hit the same enemy multiple times. So that she's also giving away. Triggered by attack and can restore 1% more HP. So she's also self-healing herself. And when it comes to the ultimate, you see 1 square. So that's the part that she covers. She basically covers herself and just clamps down. She has a block of 3, which makes her really cool. And then, of course, you've got your skill ups. So to improve this further, there's skill cost reduction, extra physical damage reduction by plus 5%. So yeah, and extra physical reduction again by plus 5 and skill cost. So across all these level ups, you're able to reduce the skill cost by 100. Then you look at this, every 3. So there is every 3 attack launch triggers shield bounce, inflict stun, unable to take action. There's a 2-second stun that she gives on targets. The hero will restore 3% HP, heals herself. And this one. When Elven Blessing is triggered, the shield ignites and deals 15% AoE damage. And this is increased by up to 10% as you skill up. So that goes to 25. An additional shield bounce triggered by attack can bounce 1 more time. There you go. So this is the key. Here you can see that during the ultimate, it's basically she is protecting herself and then healing herself and at the same time giving a whack. So all those are useful. Let's go to the last chick. What does she do? So if you look at her, she's basically covering 3 by 4 area. That's her range. But when we look at the ultimate, here's the ultimate. When triggered, increase the hero's healing multiplier by 25% for 20 seconds and hero can heal one more target. Now there is something. This again gives attack based healing and this improves rage regen. Look, she has a... Oh. So her skin is on the way. Yes, that's what they had announced. That's going to be hollow, completely different. Wow. Okay, one part I am not able to see and understand is hollows. Because her range during the ultimate increases. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. The max level, you can also go to the max level and see the range increase. So she adds like Eloin, 3 tiles on both the sides. But it's really weird. It should show up over here. Clearly show up over here. So I don't know why it's not showing up over here. Game needs to look at this. So that's that. So that's the main ultimate support from these two skills. So these are all the heroes. Now, the big question, would I be summoning? I'm going to now start collecting stuff for the... I have got all these 5 heroes. The epic ones are Awaken 5, so I don't need any copy of those. NyX is there. I would love to get an A1. And Helga, maybe I might do 10x or 20, 2 10x's or 3 10x's. I will see how I feel. But I will not go big on because I would like to start collecting now resources for after the update heroes that are going to come. Since I already have these 2 heroes, I would like to use gears, artifacts combo to do things. And I think I have their artifacts. Let me just quickly look at it. Helga's, I think, was available. 1 second. Yes, I got the Scarlet Dagger from, I haven't locked it, so let's lock this. So she has, and that itself helps big time. And where's Helga? There you are. And she also has got hers. So both have got their exclusive artifact. So that itself helps significantly in terms of their performance. I would rather hold on for something later, but currently I have enough to level up and carry on. It's more of, now I think after a particular while, it becomes more of collection rather than actually adding on to the gameplay because there's enough stuff available in the roster. So yeah, that's my view. Whether a player should pull, absolutely. This, if you don't have these heroes, this is a top banner. It does not have celebrity heroes or champions, but these are nothing short. As a combo of 5, a bouquet of 5 heroes, these are more powerful than the banner that just went. Think about this, because all the 5 are useful heroes, especially the epics. So for a new player, absolutely top. I would say hold on. And actually, there's no pull summon that is going to happen now. This is the immediate banner, so absolutely pull. Mid-range, in case you are not A5, it's worth picking up the epics using this, especially Hollow and Mari to the A5 because they will deliver. You can also see clearly that Livian also delivers really good impact and results. And getting the legendaries with the 15x chance will be also useful because they're both good legendaries. So yeah, that's that. End game players, they already would have her, and in case you don't, then of course it's for the collection or requirement of the roster. But beginners for sure, mid range to fill the gaps and create your A5, go for these heroes. Really good banner, I would say. Having said that, that's it. Thanks for watching. Cheers, and see you in the next one.